EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
It's Ken Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. Back to throw here. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. 7 yards there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Next receivers have split the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it. That is first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Set.
On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught at the 8. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
Let's go now.
Here's Walker. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The Shaheed going to go in motion. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The Patriots at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game to get the win, and then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of throws like this on Saturdays in South Penn last year. This one results in a 1st down here.
Let's go now.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 1918.
A carry here for Trevion Henderson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5.
70 Lions. Go win, go win.
Now back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Patriots are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Henderson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and 1. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Van Loring. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice and meetings talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Short throw taken in by Conquo. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he will be brought down with a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Charbonnet is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Patriots' 2-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal?
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
He'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
60 by 60 by go.
They'll drop to throw. Fighting through pressure. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Patriots, nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
19,
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll set up to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Let's go now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He completes this to Walker. Third and 3.
19 tight. Let's go. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is taken at the 15. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
60 Eagles, go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 9.
79 Broncos, 19 Tiger, 19.
They'll look to throw. That's caught by Tucker. Pushing through the contact. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
18 Cardinals, 79.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 19, 18.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Take over first and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got other heads, boy.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2nd and 4. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 and the Seahawk first.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Hurt. Right there, hurt. Steady.
They're going to look to throw. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
18 Cardinals.
First down, Seahawks.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Oh, what a move. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Patriots 3.
kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this throw incomplete. With a finger all over in that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to air one out. That is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
That's good for the Seahawks. 1st down. Gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Get it. Viking 18. Ready, right?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
Seahawks, 1st down.
Come on,
First
come on.
and goal
Hey.
at the 8-yard line.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Looking to throw. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Michael picks up the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good. For our Patriots. First and 10.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. Sack back at the 7. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. They'll drop the throw. Under pressure, they got him again. With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this is called touchdown, Patriots. Trey Tucker from 8 yards out. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
The Patriots will line up for
They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Reek Willen. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. This is Brown going up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Throw out wide to Walker. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback.
25 yards. And the Seahawks are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
the Patriots.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Let's go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of words in a lot of ways, specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. Past the 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Come on, come on. Ready?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
42. Patriots 9. Michael Dixon to kick off for
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll set up to throw. That's caught by Tucker. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Seahawks 42, Patriots 16.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel.